Hmm. What's up, Mint Options? What's up, Mint VIP? What's up, Trader World? This is what I'm doing today. Mmm. 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 Eating them chips. So, today. How was the market today, guys? Not a fun market, huh? So, what did we do? Hold on, let me get a drink of water. Alright, so, today. How did Mint VIP do? Some of them did well. Some of them actually followed me into AMRN, which was like a few days ago. Man, got in at like 29 cents. Got around over $1 and something. So that's a good 250 plus percent, which was a very, very good trade. Some people bought a whole bunch of options on that because they were so cheap. 20 options, 30 to 50 options. They were only 29 cents each. So Uh, some of them made 3,000, 5,000, or whatever, which is great. Now, what about the rest of the market? Now, hard part was we had puts yesterday, right? Be honest with you guys, we had puts yesterday. What happened to the market? Market was down in the morning. So we're like, yeah, cash out them puts, right? But what happened? The IV happened, okay? It didn't matter if you were in the money, because we were in the money. Didn't matter if you were 1 week out, 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. It didn't matter. So check this out. Here's the market, right? Boom, it opened up. We had puts. Went up. Boom. IV. Crushed. It's like first 5 minutes. Boom. Next one. Bam. We're like, oh, cool. We're going back. Under 245, 243. We're like, yeah. And then, boom. Double top again. Boom. Double top again. And then back down. Bam. Okay, so all of this right here, this whiplash movement right here, it didn't matter if you had a call or a put. You got eaten on this IV crush in the morning. You got eaten on this other IV here, even if you had calls. You had calls right here, boom, got eaten right there. You got calls right here, eaten right here. Because after that, the market started to go this way. And then premium eater, premium eater, premium eater, premium eater, then boom. At the end of the day, so it did not matter whether you had calls or puts. What mattered was some of the guys in my group, some of them are really good scalpers, and they scalped, right? So they made 400 here, 200 here, 500 here, all over the place. Now, what I wanted to do today was, you know what? Number one, I didn't want to give my money away just to give it away, okay? Because the market makers want to do that. They want to push you to the limit. If you had calls, they want to push you to the limit all the way down here. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm going to sell it. Right when you sell it, this happens. Boom. All of a sudden your calls are like, oh my gosh, I should have kept my calls. Or the other way. Right? You got puts. All of a sudden you're like, yeah, puts, and then, or the other way, you got puts and you're like, oh man, it's not going my direction. This hurts. And then all of a sudden, right when you sell it, boom, it'll drop on you. So that is how the market makers do it. They play with your emotions, okay? In this market that moves 1,000 points a day, it's normal that the market moves 3% to 5% a day now. And today we got 2 point something percent on the Dow. Which technically, if you think about it, you're like, man, that's a big run up. It's 469 points. But yesterday we had 900 point down. Today we got 469 points up. Can tomorrow be a down day? Yeah. Again, Trump always says, hey, it's all about the job numbers. And I know a lot of us are not trusting his stuff right now because he did that tweet earlier. And if he didn't tweet, man, our puts would have paid banked. I mean, banked. But he did that tweet like, hey, guys, we might possibly have a deal with Russia and Putin and whoever else. When technically, man, these guys don't talk. They don't, I mean, like a lot of the experts and gurus were like, you know what? We don't see it in paper. We don't see it in writing. We don't even see news about it. We don't see Russia or like Putin like going on the news saying, "Hey, we are gonna cut 10 million barrels or 15 million barrels," or like Saudis. They didn't even do that. It was just his tweet. So his tweet made the algos listen. Boom, crushed them puts, and then all of a sudden it fell. Crushed them calls. Didn't matter. The best thing to do was actually intra trading. But is it also a smart thing to just cut everything you have and then start over? That's what the market makers want. They want you to give the free money away, okay? I get it. And I know sometimes, hey, we should have cut earlier. We should have did better risk management. That happens in the market. The good thing is we also had some winners offset some of those. But we didn't lose if you didn't sell. Because tomorrow's Friday. We got job numbers tomorrow. And let's see if tomorrow will be worse. I mean, I don't know why. We just had over 1 million cases of coronavirus in the world. That's bad news. We had bad news from the car industry. Bad news. Why? Because there's nobody buying cars, there's nobody selling cars, there's no money coming in. And then, we have the airports closing down. Nobody's flying right now. There's still a travel ban. They extended the quarantine to April 30th or longer now. What else? Nobody's going on a cruise right now, but actually, yeah, RCL and all the other cruises they all did crash, so that would have been a good short. And then now BA is saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna give you an involuntary or no, I'm sorry, voluntary buyout." It's like, hey, we gave you guys money for retirement, and you guys could use it for retirement, right? But we're crashing right now. BA is crashing, so here's your choice: either we can pay you now and it'll be a voluntary payout because we need the money and that money's supposed to be for your retirement, but we need the money. So we're going to buy you out. It's going to make it voluntary. But if you don't let us buy you out now, you may not have retirement later. Because if BA crashes more, then how are you going to have that retirement? Especially if the stock is down like over 50%, right? So it's like that's not really a win-win situation for, you know, people that work for BA, and they're putting you between a rock and a hard place. Now, as far as the options go, I was looking at the options today. The ones that actually were moving pretty good was Tesla, whether if it was a Tesla put or a call, those were good ones. Microsoft, that was pretty good, but their spreads were kind of big. They were kind of big, but if you get like a good nice red candle, if you're in puts, then it'll move. Tesla, on the other hand, I was looking at Lottos just to look, just to see, because at the same time, like this market was just when it's like this, premiums are being eaten, and then it's just you're not winning at all unless you actually timed it right and you got it boom right at the bottom, and then you bought enough options to actually go up a little bit, and then you can sell that at the top. And then if you bought 10 or 20 options, yes, you can make 300, 500, maybe $1,000, right? But then you used up like 8 grand to go buy those options. So it's risky, it's tough, it's not easy, even if you're a week in, a week out, or lottos. um Again, this market is not easy, but if you buy your options, don't try to give away those options so fast, because every day is a little bit different. Every day can, one day cannot work out for you, but then the next day or two can. Again, we have job numbers tomorrow. I mean, every single number that can, we got $10 trillion that pumped this market. Okay. Now, can the feds rip it out from under you? Yeah, they can. And then we got 10 million jobs that are lost. Okay. So that's a lot of unemployment right there, a lot of applications, a lot of, what is that called? Uh, Backlog, people trying to apply. And again, all these numbers are bad, man. They're bad all over the place. There's lockdowns everywhere now, and a whole bunch of other nations now. It's getting worse. And then now they're saying that China is not telling the right news, the right reports. Their numbers could still be high, and the only reason why they're saying that is because our numbers are getting higher, and a lot of other nations are getting higher. So is that good for business? No. Is that good for? I mean, it's not good at all. And then people are not going to be paying their bills, their mortgages, their car payments, their insurances, their whatever. The only ones that are going to try or are going to get bailed out are the big companies. They can get, like, I think as high as $10 million in loans, but that is again more risk on, right? You're risking more. Like, hey, yeah, we can pay our guys or our employees and keep them running. But then at the same time, you're putting that company more in debt. And then right now, yeah, yes, I do believe we are going to get out of this. Just not sure when, right? Is it going to be through summer? Is there going to be another spike in the coronavirus? Is can we last through Christmas? Or there's a lot of unknowns and uncertainties going on. Now, if you're having long puts, that's actually probably a good thing. The only other thing that's hard is if no, well, actually, the only other thing that's good is if they actually do find a cure, a real cure, right? But that's going to take 6 months to a year and a half, people say. So right now, everybody's just betting on catalysts and good news, bad news. I mean, did you guys see LK today? LK got crushed. LK got crushed. And then I was telling my group, I go, hey guys, the same ones that dumped it will pump it, and it did pump. I didn't want to touch that thing, man, because at the same time, the same one that dumped it will pump it, and then will dump it again. That's what I said right in the morning. And some people wanted to gamble, and that's fine, but it did just that. So, anyways, in the next few days, what can happen? Can this market crash harder and lose all the gains from last week? I thought it was making higher lows, so we could be hitting the bottom. A lot of stocks that I mentioned yesterday are all decoupling from each other, from S&P, from the Dow. They're doing their own thing, which is kind of good, and I think that's what the Feds were trying to do. So then they were buying and selling different stocks, um, and but then yet the market is still eating here and there. So today, some of the guys in my group were good at scalping, so they scalped. They made some good money. But today, I actually decided to just sit and wait. And if I didn't see a good setup, I just waited and sat. Sometimes that's okay. You don't have to trade every day. You don't have to, put your money at risk every day. And again, I told these guys, hey, trade light. See the direction. Yes, we're over 250. We are at 251.91 after hours. But can this reverse on a dime? Yeah, man. If that job numbers comes out tomorrow, Trump kept saying it's all about the job numbers, or whatever. So if it's gonna be bad, this should go back down. It should. But every bad news seems like it's good news. People are losing money. People are dying. Everything. But you know what? The algos know that there's a lot of put options, so they're probably just eating those put options and the call options. It didn't really matter. So again, try not to give your money away too fast. Let it go a few more days to see if it's gonna get better or not, and then we should get some good direction. Again, I posted that thing that what's a possibility that can happen on SPY. It did go. It went down, boom, and went up for a relief bounce, and it went down again. Now we're having that relief bounce. Now can we go down again? Yes. Again, there's a lot of CEOs, a lot of companies saying we don't know what the forecast can be. We don't know our profits. We don't know. They don't know anything. Everything is closed down, and the stock market should be reflecting that. But the feds are the feds. They say don't fight the feds, and if people are fighting against the feds, then you can get hurt. But at the same time, the feds are also sneaky, man. Like, you can't trust them. Like, they can just rip out the carpet from under you. So it's good to be hedged, or it's good to just stay out of this market. If this volatility is just way too much, stay out, stay out, stay out. Okay, let this market give you real direction. This that's not real direction. That's what we had today. um, and yesterday at least we did this, and then we did good yesterday because we were following, and then it looked like it didn't you know bounce as hard. It just kind of went, yeah. So we got some good Tesla and Amazon puts yesterday, made some money on those. But then again, let's see if the puts that we're holding can still pay tomorrow or Monday. We could get another bloodbath Monday, and we'll see. But this is not an easy market. Again, trade light, guys. Trade light. If you're good at scalping, go for it. But man, it was like going three reds, four reds, then boom, one green. Just canceled that whole thing out. Or if you got calls, calls, and then you're like, yeah. And then if you didn't sell it here in time, boom, big red, done, canceled, 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 canceled. No win, lose situation. Okay, so best thing to do, if you're not sure, watch the market and eat some chips. All right, all right, guys. I'll give you another update in a few days. Let's see what happens. Peace.